And so he is watching back in Golden State. CB13 is at the 1, Grady at the 2. 𝐤𝐫𝐫𝐤 there in the middle at a sharpshooting rebounder out of Chicago, Illinois. And there's 𝐿 at the 4, and 𝐵 coming off a big game where he scored 28 points.
All eyes going to be on 𝐤𝐫𝐫𝐤 this game. It's a tough matchup. We talk about the nerves have to be there playing a team of this high caliber, and then you're going to look at 𝐵. What's the matchup going to be? Will they put 𝐷𝐸 on him, and will we see a stellar offensive performance coming in from 𝐵 as well?
Well, she's going to have to fill some production here. That type has had 3 double-doubles on the season, including 13 points, 10 rebounds. So there's the tip. 𝐤𝐫𝐫𝐤 wins it to 𝐿, and here come the Warriors. Game number 2 of the day. 𝐿 working against 𝐿𝐵𝐥, the double team, CB13. And the number 10 pick out of Broad Channel, New York, knocks down the opening field goal. Comes Blazer5. We know what Mama can do. We know what 𝐾𝐾 can do. The question is, who is the third option on this team? You can't have games like 𝐿𝐵𝐥 did last week, where he had 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, no blocks, and a steal. He almost went the donut. 0 production out of 𝐿𝐵𝐥 last week.
It was a tough one. So right off the bat, you see the architects that they're running at the 4 and 5 for Warriors Gaming Squad, just going double sharpshooting rebounders, gold brick wall to the power forward. So you're going to see 𝐿 operating the pick and roll while 𝐤𝐤𝐫𝐫𝐤 sits in towards the corner. So same thing that they've really been doing. You put 𝐷𝐸 to guard the pick and roll since he does have the rim protector primary. So we'll see how much of an impact it makes.
𝐵 coming off in a big ball game. Can't get it to go there. And up ahead to Mama, who feeds it to 𝐿𝐵𝐥, who's just upped his season average by 200,000%. That's a lot, by the way. He did have 9 points, 4 steals against Utah, but that was in tip-off tournament. And everyone has good games against the Jazz. Smooth. Lobs it up, had Grady in the corner. How do you feel about that number 2 pick? We have not talked a lot about Grady for the Warriors, the 19-year-old from Fort Myers Beach, Florida. I know he's a defender, and I know the lock is very important here in 2K19, but he's really yet to make an impact.
On the defensive end, the presence that he's made from what we've seen, the tip-off, when you can go in towards the regular season, the defense has been there. Again, they're not going to be these guys who are scoring a whole lot on the offensive end. I mean, you're so limited. We have yet to see somebody kind of break the barrier. Pause.
𝐤𝐤𝐫𝐫𝐤 with her first bucket ever, the first female to score in the NBA 2K League. And she knocks out a 3-ball from the corner on the assist from 𝐿. And there it is, bang. Six to 4. Early lead for the Warriors, and we're back tied at 6. And that's a huge 3 for her. You talk about the nerves, everything that's going into that. You hit an opening triple in the corner. That helps.
When your first shot drops, it's like, okay, well, now the butterflies are gone. And it's kind of like, okay, now let's get into the rhythm of this.
She's played on this stage before. If you remember a year ago, she was...
Of course I remember, Scott.
Here we go. You gonna take us to the glory days?
Nah, you know, back in my day. What's actually funny about this, though, is this matchup is that Walnut was the one commentating that game, and now they're facing off against each other, too. Yeah, it's great to see. I mean, again, you knock down your first shot, you're playing the role to what your team needs to. It's still a backboard game. It's still early, too.
The thing I like about 𝐤𝐤𝐫𝐫𝐤 in the corner here, she knocks out another. She's got 6. Is that pulls Walnut out of the paint defensively?
And we've seen it a lot before when people put their center to rebound out of the corner. They're so in a habit of, guess what, I have to drop down to help my team rebound each time, that on the kick-out, she's always going to be there every single time. You see drops down to try to play some defense. That time wasn't from the rebound. The first one, though, you saw he tried to rebound from the corner because they get a lot of these kind of high vertical type animations to where they snag it out of the air. So that's going to be there quite a bit, and you force Walnut to play now at the 3-point line, or you have to make some sort of adjustment.
Defensively, they got 𝐿 on Walnut. They got a 1-point lead. Peroxide gets it off to David and get that shot out of here. Here comes CB13. First of a doubleheader for both of these teams tonight. Be Smooth, tough animation. Can't get it to go. Here comes Mama on that man. He'll lob it up. And Lavish with 4 points after scoring 0 a week ago.
It goes back to the statement we're talking about Grady, but just locks in general. We haven't seen a lock kind of break the barrier in terms of how lethal they can be when attacking from the corner. And there are some players who, obviously the retail version of the game is so much different than this in terms of the pace and the speed and obviously the statistics on the characters, the attributes. But we haven't seen anybody really trying to attack. It's mostly you either hit your corner shots, maybe you get a little play where you get dragged into the mid-range, or you're just getting an alley-oop thrown to you.
Of course, we announced that the turn is going to be happening in Vegas. And when you talk about 2 West Coast teams right here, that was music to their ears that we're headed over into at least their time zone.
It's what, like a 1-hour flight, hour and a half?
Makes a big difference. Blazers up by 1. We mentioned their double overtime loss, that they really sold the game. They really gave it away. So many moments that we could go back to, but Walnut going to the line missing 2 free throws would be the first one that stands out in my mind. Smooth. Shot clock running down, and we got 3 in the key. I'm not sure if they put that on Chiquita or Jen. They were both in there, and it will be 3 in the key on Jen.
Look, he's just getting ready to set up for a rebound. It feels like for some reason this year, it feels like when the shot clock is going down, that compared to 18 is that it starts just a little bit earlier. So even for the adjustment period, sitting there in your head, like, wait, am I good down here yet? Because usually you hear that first tick, it's right around, I think it is like about 3 seconds. But, I mean, he was camped down there just for a little bit longer, too. Maybe thought a shot was going to end up going up so he could try to crash and get the free rebound.
Walnut with 6 points, 4 boards. Low-scoring affair here in the first. The average in the season, I would say, is around 60 points per game. Obviously, some being more than that, some being less than that. But normally the teams combine for around 120 points per game. Peroxide played last year with Milwaukee. And gets it once again. Mama can't hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Goes to Walnut, who sort of stumbles in there and slams it home.
He's having a killer game, too. 4-4 from the field, 4 rebounds to his name. And you have the lead, but where's Gaming Squad try to spoil the party here at the last possession.
Final shot of the quarter. Be Smooth. Can't get it up. Walnut's got 8. Chiquita's got 6. As we head to quarter number 2, it's just a 2-point game. I never know when the cameras are rolling. 14-12. As Dirk nearly flips the desk over in anger that he wasn't in the Alienware piece. We'll try to get you in there.
I was pointing at the camera. These chairs, you know, desk is pretty low. Let's put it that way.
16-12. How about Walnut already with 10 points? And Jen's had a tough time containing him. Be Smooth 0 for 4 from the field. That's been the story thus far. Chiquita 2 of 2 from downtown.
It's really no surprise when you have we say it so much, when you have a pure glass going on the floor, it's a mismatch if you don't have another pure glass going up against him in terms of the rebounding count. But for Walnut being on the pure glass, I mean, the only one here on the court with it, you know he's going to end up just dominating the boards. It's just more about, is it going to be on the defensive end, or is it going to be in the offensive end to get those second chance opportunities?
Walnut right now has been perfect. The lead's only 4, though. David, and 1! So 𝐸𝐫𝐸 getting involved. The guy that was taken 36 overall. Only scored 5 points last game. Gave up 41. Let you figure out the plus minus. Looking to bounce back. I'm not sure if he wore the hat a week ago. Maybe that's the difference. Look good, play good.
You know, we haven't really come up with a set of conspiracies yet this year. We had like trucker hat Gouda with the sweatband on, the scuff controller. We had bald mama, mama with hair.
I forgot about.
We had a whole book.
Yeah. There's Chiquita playing her first game. For a team that's 1-0 in the regular season. Type couldn't make the trip. He's having discomfort. Thought he might have to have hernia surgery. He's waiting to get a second opinion on that. So the question is how long will Type be out? They got a doubleheader today. Smooth. Able to get his first one. For a guy who had 28 last time out. Cannot leave him open.
It's been a slow game from a lot of the small forwards that we've seen, minus 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐤 today. Not only these two on display, but you're getting kind of the exact same start from 𝐵𝐸𝐸 that you even saw from Strainer in that game #1. Getting some shots up. Hasn't been the best of looks at times, but they're just not dropping.
Speaking of debuts, we got Detroit and Milwaukee coming up next. Will we see Jacko from New Zealand? Let's listen in to Blazer5 during the timeout.
This is gonna be glitchy. When we do the rap now, I want you to fake the rap and then you go back to be smooth because he's playing it now. You set the screen for me, but you set it close to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't set it on the middle, set it on me. Listen. Normal pick and roll, but when it looks like we're about to rap, you just shoot backdoor, man. Okay? All right? It's gonna be a bucket. All right, come on, let's get it.
Let's go, boy.
Let's go.
You locking up, bro?
Let's go, Matt.
Oh wait, hands on. Left hand.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So like once you come towards my side, go. Don't even look. Don't even.
I'm gonna call it. I'll call it for you, but just that's what I want you to do. All right? It's gonna be. Hey, man, you're gonna be easy dunk, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Sell it though. Sell it though. Go up and then shoot him.
These guys on first name basis over here. No gamer tags.
Let's go, y'all.
People probably, who are you talking to? Hey, they're like, brother, they see each other every day.
Good shot, Matt. I'm like, what?
I feel like if I was in a group with all these guys as much as they are, you're on a first name basis, 100%. It'd be kind of weird if they came out here saying, hey, Walnut.
No, that's what I do.
For us, it's fine. We don't get the pro time that they do. We don't go to practice. We see them 3 times a week in New York City.
Talking about practice? 21-15.
This is a team who would have said that to you last year during the regular season. You talking about practice?
They never practiced.
Until the last 2 weeks, which is when they saw their worst results.
When they started losing.
So don't practice, kids. You don't need to.
I think this year you really have to. You can't just mash it, and you can't go 5 out. 21-18 as 𝐵𝐸𝐸 starting to get a groove here in the second quarter. He's got 6. And somebody you can't leave open. Especially with the rest of the team struggling as they're going to get a foul on Gradient. His second, team 4th. So next foul will put him in the bonus. 3-point lead for Blazer5. It's our second of 5 games here tonight. Both these teams will play double headers later on tonight. Walnut just missed his first shot. Lavish will chase it down. Gives it to 𝐸𝐸𝐸. Back to Mama. They'll set it up. By the way, we saw him run that play. Did not get a bucket. And Mama can't get it to go, but Walnut's right there. There's a little 2K18 for you. And one. Here for Lavish. Nice shot, Andron.
He's kind of sitting there smiling like, oh, wow. That ended up going in. It's a good pump fake, good dribble drive. Contact's made. He's able to finish it. Question is, will he hit the free throw? Good boy.
If Andron didn't make it, you had to Wayne there to get it. You know. I can't do it. Walnut.
Can you imagine that? Having to call them by their last names.
I'm telling you, there should be one game where we go all real names. Maybe that's a third quarter thing. Cameras, mode only, real names. How more awkward can we get in the third quarter?
See, Alex,
that's a question.
Alex Reese missed that shot. Was a reaching foul by Charles Bostwick. That would be so weird.
Oh, Charles Bostwick. Yep, making moves. As Mama I'm That Man makes the first one.
Nate Call is easy because it's just his name. He's looking at me like, hey, what you talking about?
Hey, what are you talking about? Gamer tags are cool, guys. My mom says mine's cool. We got an 8-point ball game. Blazer5 starting to pull away a little bit. 𝐒𝐫𝐞 had 6 points in the first quarter. Hasn't been a part of the equation here in the second. Try to find her back door. No one is there, but they find Gradient. And he gets his first bucket. The #2 pick overall in this year's draft. Comes in averaging 3 points a game. The life of a pure lock. Ooh, Mama, wow. Take over a Blazing, but they can't get it to go. And there's a foul by Peroxide. That'll be his first, team third.
It's a little bit of an ugly scene there for a second. We saw the short clip where 𝐿𝐻 getting the ball at the elbow. Lots of off-ball movement to try to create some space. But haven't been able to find that consistent half-court flow. It's coming from 𝐵_SMOOTH in towards the early parts of the second quarter. But you have to try to get something just a little bit more going in this pick and roll.
Jen from downtown off the front of the rim. Smooth. That'll rattle in. He's got 8. Quite a hype around this ball game. With 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐞 making her debut. And the WNBA tweeting her out. There's another 3-ball, puts them back up 7. Walnut's got 10, Mama's got 9. They're just 1 of 4 from downtown. Gradient trying to beat Mama on that man off the dribble, not having it. 10 on the shot clock, Smooth. Pick and roll action with Jen. They'll work away from him. And they'll lob it up, and Gradient got acrobatic but can't finish. Mama. How's that for an animation, Dirt?
What do we always say when you start to struggle in the half court? Back door is the last thing you want to go to, especially a forced one. You get bumped. Almost looks like you get shot out of midair, and you just almost look like you're going to fall to the ground.
Peroxide! It took nearly all the first half for him to get his first bucket.
I just realized Mama Peroxide's on vacation, so no treats.
No desserts. None. 0.
So upset.
We miss you, Mama Peroxide. And maybe that's why he only has 2 points.
True, breaking the ritual.
Lavish. He's been playing well. And Walnut at the buzzer, no. Misses his last 2 shots. But he's got 10 points, 7 rebounds, and the lead is 7 here at the half. I appreciate it, Phil and Alex. So nice that you had to send it over twice. Appreciate that, Phil. Yeah, Alex has got her own graphics package. Sure, why not? She's been here for 5 minutes. No big deal. 31-24. 𝐵_SMOOTH with 10 points. Leads all scorers for the Warriors. And of course, one while Walnut had that hot start, 10 points, but he missed his last 2 shots of the half.
There's been a couple forced ones, and it was funny because after the first quarter, kind of looked over towards me and did the signature thing that was, I don't even know what you would call it, the worldwide language for mashing last year. Pump fake. A couple of those. So then tries to implement in the game, but it's not going to be too kind for you this year when you throw those pump fakes. You're not going to end up getting a lot of the same shots. It's going to be forced contested shots every single time.
Of course, that Ask Alex feature, a cool new feature where you guys can actually in chat get to play a producer role. Send her out on assignment. I think we need to send her out to Chipotle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
𝐒𝐫𝐞 able to knock it down. Back to a 6-point game. 𝐒𝐫𝐞 with 4 points. They're just 1 of 4 from downtown. When you talk about Blazer5, Warriors 7 of 10. That's the only reason that they're in this ball game. 21 points have come from downtown. And here's a timeout for Blazer5. They got 3 remaining. So Mama with 9 points, 7 assists. Walnut with 10 points, 8 rebounds. But the Warriors still hanging around.
This is the type of defense that you like to see from the Warriors, trying to limit the threes as much as possible. I mean, you're at this point in the game in the 3rd quarter, and you only have 4 threes attempted. That just shows how good of defense that they're playing, and they're forcing you to go in towards the inside. I mean, Mama's only 1 for 3. The shot they took was wide open. But other than that, they've been playing up pretty high. And on the other end, perimeter shooting always kills Blazer5, and it's still being a trend in this one. I mean, if you're just looking at getting some buckets from the mid-range area, even down low, this starts to look like a completely different ball game, but it hasn't just been going that way.
Rebounding been an issue. Turnovers have been an issue. 7 turnovers for the Warriors. Only 4 turnovers for Blazer5, who's looking for the first win on the season. That feels weird to say. And the Warriors, who were 4-10 a year ago. These are 2 opposite ends of the spectrum from season 1. Blazer5 with 12-2. Warriors 4-10. But right now, so much parity in the league, and you probably might say that the Warriors might be the better team.
I mean, you had one team, Blazer5, that kept its core going in, and for Warriors gaming squad just kept beast move and type. So you don't have a lot of the players of different season 1 for Warriors gaming squad, but you definitely got a couple of the best that are still on this roster. But yeah, for Blazer5, I mean, there was a lot of hype coming into the season that, hey, this could be another potential to be top 3. Like, don't sleep on them. It's not just from 18 why they were good. They're still good in 19. So, but yeah, I think right now what we're seeing for Warriors gaming squad, from even in this game, what we've seen in towards week 1 tip-off tournament, and they've looked good.
Lead cut to 4. Walnut. That's elevation. He's got 12. Been so efficient. 6 of 8 from the field for last year's MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Last year the game was just totally set up for how Walnut likes to play. Gets a rebound there.
100%. I mean, it fit the reason that they were such a good team. Just when you look in pre-patch, when we talk about that, with what they had going with Shots, Walnut, Mama, those 3, that was the big 3. Shots and
that's
Walnut
what I'm talking
points,
about. Yeah, with Shots leaving, who's that 3rd option? They gotta have one. I think they thought 𝐒𝐫𝐞 was going to be that guy. Haven't got it out of him yet.
Because you remember even when I think it was actually one of the first days Peroxide came up to us, and he said, I mean, I don't ever usually play the 3. I mean, it's not my type of forte where I'm a guy who likes to jig kind of around a bit. I mean, a lot of he spent this year was playing on a pure shot creator. He was attacking from the corner. I mean, this would be a guy who, if he had that same level of confidence in the league build, if you put him like the Athletic at the 4, something along those lines, he could be somebody who's got so many reps in creating from the corner and could probably really attack a mismatch. But I don't think with just how this team has been playing so far, what it looks like the mindset is of this team, that would be something that would work out. I just don't know who you'd put at the 3. That's the tough part. You got a lot of big men on this team. David, you got Walnut, Peroxide. I mean, he could play the shooting guard if it's something from the corner. Again, not really just like a jig mentality. Jomar's a big man too. So you're limited in terms of the guard play.
Chiquita. First miss from downtown for her. She's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals in her debut. Mama on that man, got some space. Splash. He's got 12.
When you're down by this amount, that's the one thing you don't need. They've attempted a lot of 3s, something we talked about earlier. Haven't been able to capitalize, and you don't want to let that train start to spiral out of control.
They have been very ineffective from 2. And some of that is not having the pure glass. Not getting those second chance opportunities down there.
That might be the first time that we've seen a lot take somebody from the corner and try to make a play. First time for everything, right?
𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐿's got 15. Leads all scores. But Mama and Walnut have combined for 24. Peroxide lost it. Jen takes it away. Smooth on the break. Of course, Blazer5 is undefeated this season against teams that don't rhyme with Milwaukee. Peroxide's old team getting the best of them twice. Timeout, Blazer5. They lost to the Bucks in the tip-off tournament. They lost in double overtime last week. And the Warriors trying to crawl back into this one, Dirt.
That was just good timing on the pass there by 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻. I mean, you start to see when 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻 has the guy behind him, he could get into the crab if he wanted to. Mama, you just wait for him to step up first, and then that's when you make the pass. So it was just good execution there on the break.
You see the shot chart here, double-double for Walnut. But I want to go back just because, hey, you know, I know a lot of people watching don't play Pro-Am all the time. What do you mean by the crab walk?
The crab walk it's a move this year. I mean, you go back and watch old 2Ks and you sit there in your head now and you're like, wow, that could have been a crab this year. It's basically when you get the player behind you or you even put him on your hip, you're just able to, when you hold L2, you can slide in front of them to where the shot won't be a contest. I mean, even if they jump from behind you, there may be just like the rare occasion that the ball actually gets blocked from behind. It doesn't happen all too often. Maybe sometimes if they jump at the right angle, it ends up being a contested shot. But for the most part, you see a lot of shot sharps, even some point guards do that, crabbing them in towards the mid-range area to get the shot up to eliminate the contest.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of shooting guards in this league actually do that, get mid-range and put a guy on their hip, and it won't be contested. It's just magical. 𝐸𝐸d. He's got 5. That's right at his average. The good news is he hasn't given up 41 yet in this ball game.
Definitely a shining light.
That's the reason they're up 40-33. The lob! Coming back the other way, Peroxide with it. Well, he had space for a moment. Mama. Another turnover. That'll be his 4th. Up ahead to 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐢𝐻, who now has 17. And we're back to a 2-possession game.
They just start to get some stops and just get some 2s. I mean, you don't even really need the 3s at this point. You've done such a good job of guarding it so far in this game.
Walnut with a double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Can't hold it for the last shot, but it's close. You do not want to give this back to Blazer5. Womp, womp, womp.
And you don't want that to happen. That was just a tough pass.
That's 3 points right there.
I don't know if maybe thought that the pass would go through quicker because he was in the L2, so maybe made a pass a little slow. But regardless, I think you get a normal speed pass there, it's still not good. That's too deep.
But that's twice that you haven't held it for the final shot of the quarter, and it nearly comes back to bite him again. Quick 4-0 run, and Blazer5 up 9.
Free tickets.
Free, that's a good.
Everyone likes free stuff. Free tickets.
Come out and join us in New York. Gradient. But don't come out here May 9th through the 11th because we'll be in Vegas. Someone's going to show up and be like, yo, whoa, what's going on? We're not home, dude.
I reserved my tickets for this day.
We're not home. We will be in Vegas for the turn. Any of the regular season action, we'd love to have you come out here. Take a picture with Dirk's mustache.
Gosh, you're tired.
Too cool on the break.
That's a nice little Warriors moving screen. No, he's shielding him off.
7 points for 𝐸𝐸d. Not a career high yet. He did have 10 against the Jazz, but who hasn't? CB13 with it now. They're down by 10. It was a 5-point ball game. Gradient. It's a tough shot for a lot.
I mean, he's dropping down each time to almost kind of dare him to hit it.
I'm that man. 16 points, 11 assists to go along with 4 steals. Timeout, Warriors.
Just really want to see more of 𝐒𝐞𝐫𝐢 CB13. I mean, he had, I think it was a good performance when you look back over towards the tip-off tournament and even went straight at him. Nothing more you can say about it. Got off on the break. It's just good awareness just to go straight up with it. I mean, it's a complete open lane.
𝐵𝐸 been playing well, but they haven't got a lot of scoring from anybody else. No. And even he's been hit or miss.
I mean, 𝐷𝐸𝐺𝐻𝐿𝐼's been a guy who's been able to give you some consistent buckets too when you've been playing the games, when you start to see some success, but he hasn't got much to go. 𝐵𝐸 got off to a 1-5 start. He was able to quickly turn things around and get himself up to 17 points as well.
A lot of those coming in the second quarter. For the man who had 28 the last time out against the Pistons, that they won 66-57. Blazer5 still looking for the first win on the regular season after a double overtime loss to the Bucks a week ago in a game they should have won. I think even Milwaukee would have tell you that. The deficit is 12 now for the Warriors. We mentioned the production that they would have to replace tonight. When you're talking about type, a guy that goes for a double-double every game, including 13 and 10 his last time out.
One of the big things too is that, yeah, you replace type and you switch things up. I mean, Chiquita's playing her role. She's guarding a corner. She hasn't been dotted up in that corner. She's just shooting them from the corner on the offensive side of things. It's just been, you can see that the defense hasn't been there with moving Jin. That's been one of the big things, putting him in towards that pick and roll. Hasn't been the strongest just yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying is type had 10 rebounds last game. That's how many rebounds they have right now. He also had 6 blocks last game. They got 1 block. They've been unable to handle One Wild Wana, who's got a double-double at 14 points, 11 rebounds. The lead is 9. 𝐷𝐸𝐺𝐻𝐿𝐼. And he rattles one in. He's got 9 all of a sudden.
There's always the stuff you can factor in. You can always just talk about the height. That could be a big differential. You're not getting as much contact as you really would, especially being on a sharp rebound. It's like you're on a rim protector, right, going up against it. So at least the badges are affecting him. That's not happening him at all. Ooh, he had the open shot. Ooh.
It's because he's missed a few from the corner that he's very passive. Chiquita, no. Gradient with the rebound. That's his first board of the game, and they're just leaving him in the corner. And Jen with the left-hand jam. That cuts it back to a 9-point game, but he only had 3 minutes left to go.
I mean, it is smart by Mama on the defensive end to drop off and really start to make them think. I mean, from Gradient passing up that open corner 3 that you just saw right there, that kind of tells the story why he is starting to sag off them just a little bit more.
We come out with an offensive archetype as far as for the Warriors, and you've been unable to cash in. If this is what Blazer5 is doing to you, what do you think the Cavs are going to do to you later on tonight? A team that really likes to play inside. When you talk about the combination of Sick and 𝐒𝐿𝐼.
They're 2 guys who play on shooting builds themselves, and they find a way to somehow score down low each time, whether it's Sick going with a putback. We've seen his range. I mean, this is a guy we even saw last year play point guard for an extended period of time, which is, honestly, you can sit there and say it's how the Cavs look the best when he was a point guard too. But yeah, this they're a team who just likes to get the work done inside, get down and dirty with it.
Lavish all alone. Back up to a 10-point lead with 2 minutes left in the ball game. Yeah, I mean, it's no crack on Chiquita. It's a team game. But these are 2 matchups where you really could use type.
Yeah. I don't think like I said, Chiquita's playing her roles. I mean, she's not doing anything wrong. It's not like they're losing the game because of her. It's just been the pick and roll defense. And to get the people, I think, really underestimate the value of the chemistry that you have to have with your lock and your center. that's built up quite a bit. I mean, you have to think, right when these guys got into market, they started playing, and immediately it was gradient and type. And when you have such a defensive-minded center, then you have to try to switch and say, hey, we got a week to practice with Jin now guarding the pick and roll. There's going to be flushers in there. It's not something that happens overnight. You go on to lose this game, you live and you learn. You try to not make those mistakes going to the next game after you watch that film.
Yeah, they'll have a couple hours to try to figure it out. And one thing you could say is, when you look at the stat line, it's really not that different between these two clubs. The Warriors just did not shoot the ball well from two, and that's been their detriment.
And that's usually completely the opposite.
Yeah.
Usually when you're dominating on the three-point side of things, you're the one who has the lead, you're sitting pretty, you're comfortable, but it's not being able to finish down low. I mean, the majority of your buckets, I mean, they've just been coming from Be Smooth on the inside. You got Gradient with a couple. But yeah, that's one of the big deciding factors and why the score is what it is.
I mean, Blazer5's not shooting very, I mean, they're shooting decently, but I mean, they're not shooting lights out here. And it looks like we got a little snafu here. With 39.4 left in the ball game. And right now, with that little time left, you're just hoping this irons out. Walnut with a double-double. Mama, I'm that man with a double-double, and you can see the frustration for both squads. We're going to take an opportunity to step away from it when we come back. It's a 7-point ball game with 39.4 here left in this one. Back here, 58-51. And we're going to have a live ball restart here with 39.7 to go. And Peroxide can't knock it down, and David with a rebound that might have sealed it. And there's a foul by Be Smooth. Big shout out to the admins getting everything back going. David from the corner. I'd say he's improved. He ties his career high 10 points for David. And he's done a nice job defensively.
You needed just when we talk about rookies, I think something big for them is just getting a kind of a confidence boost game, and this is it against a good Warriors game squad team. On the offensive end, showed up, played the pick and roll defense good when he wasn't guarding on ball either.
10-point ball game. Mama and that man with a double-double, 16 points, 14 assists. CB 13 with 9.7 assists. Not a bad game, but you're going to need a little bit more out of your number 10 pick overall for this team to be successful.
Yeah, I would love to see CB 13 get so more aggressive, start to look for a shot more, start playing more like a BP, Radiant, Jane Money type style, which I know he's capable of it completely. But it's like we just haven't seen that rhythm start to flow, and things aren't in his favor in terms of the archetypes to try to really set him up for success.
I know they didn't win last week, but Mamba felt kind of snubbed that he wasn't in the Player of the Week discussion. And 31 points, 11 assists. He's come back, had another good game, especially distributing the basketball. Of course, Walnut's played well. 14 points, 14 rebounds. And it looks like they're going to have their first win. Chiquita can't hit from downtown. And those back-to-back threes in the first quarter. And after those dropped, Blazer5 kind of extended their defense, and they weren't going to allow her to have any open looks the rest of the way. And Blazer5 is going to go to 1-1 on the season.
It was just what you just saw right there, and they were leaving Gradient open quite a bit, trying to force him to hit a lot of the shots and started second and guessing himself. From that point on, we saw the pass never really went over towards the side. Then you had a great three-point game, and it feels, again, so weird saying this in 2K19.
Wow.
You had a great three-point game, 11 of 22 from three, but guess what? You only made 10 shots inside the arc, and that's what crushed you this game.
Couldn't get it done from two, and they lose 64-53. Both of these teams play later on tonight. Blazer5 faces the Lakers in our nightcap, and the Warriors have the Cavs just a few games from now. So still a lot more to come here from New York City.